Welcome to this Functional Skills Level 2 Maths training video. This video contains information and guidance on Criterion 14. Convert between metric and imperial units of length, weight and capacity using a conversion factor and a conversion graph. At Level 2, and by the end of this session, you should be able to understand different metric and imperial units of length, weight and capacity, convert using a conversion factor, and convert using a conversion graph. There are many different lengths that we use to measure. These could be metric or imperial. Examples of metric measurements include millimeters, centimeters, meters and kilometers. This chart outlines the relationship some of these measurements have. For example, 10 millimeters is equal to 1 centimeter. 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. 1,000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. Imperial measurements for length include miles, feet and inches. The conversions from these imperial measurements to metric are as follows. 1 mile is the same as 1.6 kilometers. To convert miles to kilometers, multiply by 1.6. To convert kilometers to centimeters, divide by 1.6. 1 foot equals 30.48 centimeters. To convert feet to centimeters, multiply by 30.48. To convert centimeters to feet, divide by 30.48. 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. To convert centimeters to inches, divide by 2.54. To convert inches to centimeters, multiply by 2.54. A conversion factor is a number used to change one set of units to another. This is usually done by multiplying or dividing. For example, 100 centimeters is the same as 1 meter. Therefore, centimeters can be converted to meters by dividing by 100. Alternatively, meters can be converted to centimeters by multiplying by 100. 1 mile is the same as 1.6 kilometers. Therefore, miles can be converted to meters by multiplying by 1.6. Kilometers can be converted to miles by dividing by 1.6. Let's look at how we can use conversion factors. Conversions can be calculated in 3 simple steps. Step 1. Identify the units and conversion factor. Make sure you know what units you're starting with and what units you're trying to convert to. Step 2. Determine the direction of conversion. Decide whether you're converting from the first unit to the second unit or vice versa. This will tell you whether you need to divide or multiply. Step 3. Calculate the conversion. Use the conversion factor to either multiply or divide the amount you wish to convert. Let's take a look at an example. Convert 15 miles to kilometers. First, we need to identify the units and conversion factor. We are starting with miles and converting to kilometers. The conversion factor for miles to kilometers is 1 to 1.6. 1 mile is the same as 1.6 kilometers. It may help you to write this out on your exam paper, as you can see in our example. It does not matter which way around you write this out. Kilometers to miles is also fine. The second step is to determine the direction of conversion. We are starting with miles and need to convert to kilometers. 1 mile is the same as 1.6 kilometers. As we have been given miles, we need to multiply by 1.6 to work out the kilometers. Finally, we need to calculate the conversion. The question asks us to convert 15 miles to kilometers. Therefore, we simply multiply 15 by 1.6. This gives us an answer of 24. 15 miles equals 24 kilometers. Now it's your turn. Using the conversion factor 1 mile equals 1.6 kilometers, convert 512 kilometers to miles. Pause the video while you calculate your answer, then press play when you're ready to continue. Convert 512 kilometers to miles. First, we need to identify the units and conversion factor. 1 mile is the same as 1.6 kilometers. The second step is to determine the direction of conversion. We are starting with kilometers and need to convert to miles. 1.6 kilometers equals 1 mile. To work out kilometers to miles, we need to divide. This is because the question already gives us the kilometers. Finally, we need to calculate the conversion. The question asks us to convert 512 kilometers to miles. Therefore, we simply divide 512 by 1.6. This gives us an answer of 320. 512 kilometers is equal to 320 miles. Here are some more practice questions for converting metric and imperial lengths. The conversion factor will always be given during your exam. These are displayed on the right side of the screen. Pause the video while you work out each answer, then press play to continue. Let's review your answers. In question 1, we are asked to convert 47 miles to kilometers. We know that for every 1 mile, there are 1.6 kilometers. Therefore, we need to multiply 47 by 1.6. When converted, 47 miles is the same as 75.2 kilometers. In question 2, we are asked to convert 12 kilometers to miles. Therefore, we need to divide 12 by 1.6. When converted, 12 kilometers is the same as 7.5 miles. In question 3, we are asked to convert 19 inches to centimeters. We know that for every 1 inch, there are 2.54 centimeters. Therefore, we need to multiply 19 by 2.54. 19 inches is the same as 48.26 centimeters. In question 4, we are asked to convert 51 centimeters to inches. Therefore, we need to divide 51 by 2.54. We wouldn't be expected to write our answer past 2 decimal places unless this is specified in the test. Therefore, we would round 20.078 up to 20.08. 51 centimeters is the same as 20.08 inches. In question 5, we are asked to convert 15 feet to centimeters. We know that for every foot there are 30.48 centimeters. Therefore, we need to multiply 15 by 30.48. When converted, 15 feet equals 457.2 centimeters. In question 6, we are asked to convert 304.8 centimeters to feet. Therefore, we need to divide 304.8 by 30.48. When converted, 304.8 centimeters is the same as 10 feet. There are many different units of weight that we use to measure. These could be metric or imperial. Examples of metric weight measurements include milligrams, grams, and kilograms. This diagram outlines the relationship these measurements have. For example, 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. To convert grams to kilograms, we divide by 1,000. 1,000 grams equals 1 kilogram. To convert kilograms to grams, we multiply by 1,000. 1 gram equals 1,000 milligrams. To convert grams to milligrams, we multiply by 1,000. 1,000 milligrams equals 1 gram. To convert milligrams to grams, we divide by 1,000. Imperial measurements for weight include ounces, pounds, and stones. The conversions from these imperial measurements to metric are as follows. 1 ounce equals 28 grams. To convert ounces to grams, multiply by 28. To convert grams to ounces, divide by 28. 1 pound equals 450 grams. To convert pounds to grams, multiply by 450. To convert grams to pounds, divide by 450. 2.2 pounds equals 1 kilogram. To convert kilograms to pounds, multiply by 2.2. To convert pounds to kilograms, divide by 2.2. It is also important to know the conversions between imperial units themselves. For example, 1 stone equals 14 pounds. To convert stones to pounds, multiply by 14. To convert pounds to stones, divide by 14. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. To convert pounds to ounces, multiply by 16. To convert ounces to pounds, divide by 16. Convert 196 grams to ounces. First, we need to identify the units and conversion factor. The conversion factor for grams to ounces is 28 to 1. The second step is to determine the direction of conversion. We are starting with 196 grams and need to convert to ounces. 1 ounce is the same as 28 grams. Finally, we need to calculate the conversion. We need to divide 196 by 28. This gives us an answer of 7. 196 grams is the same as 7 ounces. Now it's your turn. Using the conversion factor, 1 ounce equals 28 grams. Convert 13.2 ounces to grams. Pause the video while you calculate your answer, then press play when you're ready to continue. Convert 13.2 ounces to grams. First, we need to identify the units and conversion factor. The conversion factor for grams to ounces is 28 to 1. The second step is to calculate the conversion factor. We are starting with ounces and need to convert to grams. 1 ounce is equal to 28 grams. Therefore, we need to multiply by 28 to work out the grams. Finally, we need to calculate the conversion. 13.2 multiplied by 28 equals 369.6. 13.2 ounces is the same as 369.6 grams. Here are some more practice questions for converting metric and imperial weights. Pause the video while you work out each answer, then press play to continue. Let's review your answers. In question 1, we are asked to convert 12.4 ounces to grams. We know that for every 1 ounce, there are 28 grams. Therefore, we need to multiply 12.4 by 28. 12.4 ounces is the same as 347.2 grams. In question 2, we are asked to convert 238 grams to ounces. Therefore, we need to divide by 28. 238 grams is the same as 8.5 ounces. Question 3 asks us to convert 9,000 grams to pounds. We know that for every 1 pound, there are 450 grams. Therefore, we need to divide 9,000 by 450. 9,000 grams is the same as 20 pounds. In question 4, we are asked to convert 14.5 pounds to grams. Therefore, we need to multiply 14.5 by 450. 14.5 pounds is the same as 6,525 grams. Question 5 asks us to convert 220 pounds to kilograms. We know that for every 1 kilogram, there are 2.2 pounds. Therefore, we need to divide 220 by 2.2. 220 pounds is the same as 100 kilograms. Question 6 asks us to convert 18 kilograms to pounds. Therefore, we need to multiply 18 by 2.2. 18 kilograms is the same as 39.6 pounds. Here's an exam question based on converting weights. Convert 5,000 grams into pounds. 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. Pause the video while you attempt this question, then press play when you're ready to check your answer. First, convert the grams to kilograms. Remember, kilo means thousand, so 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. To convert grams to kilograms, divide by 1,000. 5,000 grams equals 5 kilograms. Next, convert the kilograms to pounds. 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. We have 5 kilograms. 5 multiplied by 2.2 equals 11. 5 kilograms equals 11 pounds. There are many different units that we use to measure capacity. Again, these can be metric or imperial. Examples of metric capacity measurements include milliliters, centiliters, and liters. This diagram outlines the relationship these measurements have. For example, 1,000 milliliters is the same as 1 liter. To convert milliliters to liters, divide by 1,000. To convert liters to milliliters, multiply by 1,000. 1 centiliter is the same as 10 milliliters. To convert centiliters to milliliters, multiply by 10. To convert milliliters to centiliters, divide by 10. 100 centiliters is equal to 1 liter. To convert centiliters to liters, divide by 100. To convert liters to centiliters, multiply by 100. Imperial measurements for capacity include fluid ounces, pints, and gallons. The conversions between these imperial measurements are as follows. 1 gallon is the same as 8 pints. To convert gallons to pints, multiply by 8. To convert pints to gallons, divide by 8. 1 gallon equals 128 fluid ounces. To convert gallons to fluid ounces, multiply by 128. To convert fluid ounces to gallons, divide by 128. 1 pint equals 16 fluid ounces. To convert pints to fluid ounces, multiply by 16. To convert fluid ounces to pints, divide by 16. The conversions from imperial to metric measurements are as follows. 1 fluid ounce equals 2.957 centiliters. To convert fluid ounces to centiliters, multiply by 2.957. To convert centiliters to fluid ounces, divide by 2.957. 1 pint equals 0.57 liters. To convert pints to liters, multiply by 0.57. To convert liters to pints, divide by 0.57. 1 gallon equals 4.55 liters. To convert gallons to liters, multiply by 4.55. To convert liters to gallons, divide by 4.55. Convert 64 pints to liters. First, identify the units and conversion factor. The conversion factor for pints to liters is 1 to 0.57. The second step is to calculate the direction of conversion. We are starting with 64 pints and need to convert to liters. 1 pint is equal to 0.57 liters. Finally, we need to calculate the conversion. We need to multiply 64 by 0.57 to work out the liters. This gives us an answer of 36.48. 64 pints is the same as 36.48 liters. Now it's your turn. Using the same conversion factor, convert 32 liters to pints. Give your answer to 2 decimal places. Pause the video while you calculate your answer, then press play when you're ready to continue. Convert 32 liters to pints. Give your answer to 2 decimal places. First, identify the units and conversion factor. As you can see, we are starting with 32 liters and converting to pints. The conversion factor for pints to liters is 1 to 0.57. The second step is to determine the direction of conversion. We are starting with liters and need to convert to pints. As we have been given liters this time, we need to divide by 0.57 to work out the pints. Finally, calculate the conversion. 32 divided by 0.57 equals 56.14. 32 pints is the same as 56.14 liters. Here are some more practice questions for converting metric and imperial capacities. Pause the video while you work out each answer, then press play to continue. Let's review your answers. Question 1 asks us to convert 452 centiliters to fluid ounces. We know that for every fluid ounce, there are 2.957 centiliters. Therefore, we need to divide 452 by 2.957. This gives us 152.857. When rounded to 2 decimal places, this becomes 152.86. 452 centiliters is the same as 152.86 fluid ounces. In question 2, we are asked to convert 23 gallons to liters. Therefore, we need to multiply 23 by 4.55. 23 gallons is the same as 104.65 liters. Question 3 asks us to convert 180 pints to liters. We know that 1 pint is equal to 0.57 liters. Therefore, we need to multiply 180 by 0.57, which gives us 102.6. 180 pints is the same as 102.6 liters. Question 4 asks us to convert 279 liters to pints. Therefore, we need to divide 279 by 0.57. 279 liters is the same as 487.47 pints. Here's a practice exam question based on converting capacities. Pause the video while you attempt this question, then press play when you're ready to check your answer. First, divide 2.84 by 5 to work out how many liters are in 1 pint. 2.84 divided by 5 equals 0.568. Next, work out how many liters are in 17 pints. 0.568 multiplied by 17 equals 9.656. 17 pints is the same as 9.656 liters. Here are some top tips for answering conversion factor questions during your Functional Skills Level 2 Maths exam. Remember that you will always be given the conversion factor when converting metric and imperial units. Write out the headings and the conversion factors below to help you remember whether you need to divide or multiply. It does not matter which way around you write the headings, as the calculation will be the same. Let's move on to conversion graphs. A conversion graph shows one measurement on one axis and another measurement on the other axis. This means you can use the graph to convert between two measurements. For example, the x-axis of this graph is showing the number of pints, while the y-axis is showing the number of liters. By following the first dotted line, you can see that 4 pints is approximately 2.15 liters. We can use the conversion graph on screen to convert between kilometers and miles. Let's convert 40 kilometers to miles. First, highlight where 40 kilometers is on the graph. Next, find out where that mark is on the blue line by moving horizontally across. From the point highlighted on the blue line, move vertically down to the miles axis. This shows how many miles are in 40 kilometers. 40 kilometers is the same as 25 miles. Now it's your turn. Use this conversion graph to work out how many liters are in 4 gallons. Pause the video, then press play when you're ready to continue. We can see that gallons can be found on the y-axis. First, find 4 gallons. Follow the graph horizontally from 4 gallons until you reach the blue line. Finally, move vertically down the graph until you reach the number of liters. The graph shows that 4 gallons is the same as 18 liters. You should now be able to understand different metric and imperial units of length, weight and capacity, convert using a conversion factor, and convert using a conversion graph. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.